in the world am I? Good grief. I don't even know where in the world in the Ashtray I am in. I don't even remember this bit. Well, the thing is that, just like I said, the areas looks very similar to one another, so obviously, when you see one place, it's gonna kind of look similar, or you're just not gonna recognize it at all. Stormbreaker. Awesome. Okay, so I'm still up north. There's a livery pack right here, or a livery for that. Okay, we need to go northwest for that. The Vista Point is in sight though, so maybe I should grab that instead, because, well, it's in sight. Yeah, you know what, we're gonna do it anyways, because you know what, this is just video, so... Oh wow, I think I found the helipad. No, wait, it's a challenge that I already completed. No, it's a silly event. BG, you'll get it right. Right, is it a challenge or is it a race event? Is it a... I think it's a race event. Because I vaguely remember this bit of the area for a race event. Just vaguely. It's been way too long. Oh, well, now I see the livery pack. Or delivery, I don't know. I always say livery pack. So yeah. If I was gonna get an HD capture card, I think I would go for the Elgato. I mean, I've been, like, undetermined of what I was gonna get, and then I finally got around to just looking at them over and over again. Finally, I determined Elgato. I finally determined that, so, yeah. I mean, the other capture cards I know, they are very popular. I know they are, they're probably good as well. The thing is, I just prefer something a little bit more compact, something that I feel like could be more reliable, something that doesn't need to use an outlet for power. That's another thing I like about the Elgato. It doesn't need an outlet for power. This thing does not have a sense of speed at all. Which makes it feel like that it's slow. Good grief. There are really loads of mountains like I was gonna expect, but yeah. What can you expect? Okay. Nearly there for the Vista Point. And apparently there's a couple of other stuff over here too. Oh, well, I was not expecting someone to head off offline, but yeah, whatever. There's the proof that I'm playing it on the PS3. And it's raining again. I guess I could go ahead and talk about, like, what do I think about, like, I don't know, the PS4 or something, mainly because, well, I haven't really talked about stuff like that lately. Yeah, the PS4 and Xbox One, I'm not interested in either or. Like, if I wanted to pick either or, I'd pick the PS4, mainly because I kind of like the Sony's consoles anyways. That's just how I am. I never really cared much for Microsoft's consoles to begin with, and it wasn't just because the, it's not because of the whole, subscription fee. That was kind of one reason for it on the Xbox 360, but it wasn't really a primary reason. The main reason is just because not really a lot that I would want from the console itself. Can you climb up here? Good grief. But yeah, there is really not a lot that I would want from the console itself, and PS4 and Xbox One kind of is no different, needless to say. Oh, you know what? Let's change vehicles to this. Yeah, it's just seems... Are you serious? Oh, please tell me I'll be able to climb back up. Please tell me this thing can climb back up without me turning back into a nightmare. Thank you. Another Vista Point collected. Now let's collect this livery. But yeah, with the case scenario of the PS4 and Xbox One, it's kinda pretty bad. The PS4 and Xbox One's titles pretty much are stuff that I could get on the PS3. So yeah, that's kind of a problem on their side. I mean, I'm interested in getting a PS4, but they really need to get some titles going. Otherwise, I'm just not really interested in getting a PS4 at all. Because so far, the only game... Oh, jeez. That would have been bad. Have a... what was it? T-bone takedown? Yeah. A T-bone take... Are you serious? Oh my gosh. I gotta figure out a way around. You know what, let's go ahead and get that one livery before we do that. Let's see. I'm heading the right direction, so yeah. And we'll be back. Can't believe that happened. But yeah. The PS4 and Xbox One's... The only title that I'm actually remotely interested in is The Crew. And even then, that's just one title. Not really good enough to get console for. And then you also have the case scenario of the another title like Infamous Second Son. Yes, I'm actually interested in getting that title, but again, that's just a second title. 2 titles is not enough for me to get a console for. And then there's Drive Club, which the title has not been having an official release date, which kind of gives me false hopes the fact that that the game probably won't, well, release ever. Probably doesn't help the fact that Evolution Studios pretty much just, I don't know, decided to say they are going back to the drawing board. I don't know. Essentially, the thing is that with the Xbox One's case, I think the only game I'm actually remotely interested in getting is like Forza Horizon 2. And that's if it's not on the Xbox 360. If it's on the Xbox 360, then I'm better off just getting the cheaper version of the game. I do not even remember this bit of the area. It's actually pretty cool looking. That angle I had it anyways, which made it look pretty cool. But yeah. What in the world? Those barrels moved on its own. That is weird. Are you serious? Yeah, I barely saw. I barely see it. You might not be able to see it on your screens because of YouTube and the compression and all that other stuff going on the screen. But hey. But yeah. The thing is, now you may be asking, well, did you get a Nintendo Wii U? Because, you know, I'm a Nintendo fan. I'll be honest, yeah, well, I have access to a Wii U. But, with the case of the Wii U, I know for a fact there are titles that I'm actually interested in. Because, you know, Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart 8, Going Through a Tree. Then there's also, titles like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. That one also got my interest. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. The new Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors. Even X by Monolith Soft actually looks kind of interesting, and which I actually never played Xenoblade to begin with, so I don't know how would I actually play the game. So yeah. There's also Hyrule Warriors. I don't think I actually mentioned that one. I might have, but I don't remember. I don't have the game, but Pikmin 3, I also don't have the game. The Wonderful 101. And then there's also Bayonetta 2, which I'm actually remotely interested in getting. I mean, I was sort of interested in getting the game, but that's just because I was trying to get into knowing the companies. Can I please just get to this livery? I was just trying to get into, you know, Platinum Games library for titles. Seriously? So yeah. Honestly, those titles actually, you know, caught my interest. So there was a lot of titles on the Wii U that actually caught my interest. The PS4 and the X1, not a whole lot of them actually caught my interest, needless to say. And when there's not a lot of games that catch your interest, then you tend to not want to get the console itself. Or at least not immediately. The console itself sold actually relatively well, and I'm actually glad to hear that. I'm not gonna hate on the console, needless to say, because that would be bad. Why would I hate on a console that sold extremely well? Particularly after the miserable failure they had with the PS3. Seriously, $600 on the PS3. $600. Just absolutely ridiculous, and quite frankly, back in the day, it was just way too high. And then you had the Xbox, because you had the Xbox 360 that was around, I forget how much it was. I think it was like $400, $300. It was pretty cheap, needless to say, in comparison to like the PS3, which honestly was just way too overpriced, and apparently it was just because of everything that I had in it. Fortunately, now you can get one for half the price that it was at launch, and it's actually a very good console. Of course, it took so long for that to happen, but hey, it happened, so that counts. Alright, so let's get this livery. I like how I'm not talking about anything that's happening on the screen, but then again, I'm just driving, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, good. What is this livery, anyways? It's a motorcycle. Why did I not expect that? Okay. So I went from north, so I need to go head south again. Why did I hit? Really? You're gonna do this to me? Fine, I'll hold down the brakes and see what happens. Well, that actually worked. I don't know why, but that works. For some reason, fuel does that. If you just simply go when you're up on a mountain or a hilltop, it doesn't really work. Did I just go through another tree? But when you go, like, using your brakes, you don't do stuff like that. Like, you don't actually, like, respawn or whatever. Let's see, which way? I'm heading the wrong way. I need to head over here. I need to head southwest. Ah, hit the mic. Why do I keep hitting mics? Or at least my own mics in general. Okay. I'm not going to say the PS4 or the X1 are just going to be bad consoles in general. They probably will actually do pretty well later on, but the thing is, it's just that nothing really significantly interests me to get the consoles. I mean, you really need something to catch my interest. If they have nothing at E3, like if there's nothing at E3 that catches my interest for the PS4 or X1, then yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna say, well, I'm gonna stick with Wii U for a while. Wii U and 3DS, and then stick with PS3, and then I'm pretty much set for a while, because quite frankly, I still have a backlog of games to begin with. Like boy, do I have a lot of backlog of games. Should I even list them? on my driving skill while I'm driving. I guess I can list a couple. Well, no, you know what, what's not? I mean, seriously, why should I list games that I have? Because then people will be like, why don't you let's play that game? And then I'll be like, well, because I'm lazy. And I like getting caught between trees. Seriously, what is with me and trees in this game? Rocks! Rocks too. There's also invisible rocks in this game. You know, you may be thinking, well, that sounds kind of ridiculous, VG. There shouldn't be anything such. Well, you'll be surprised, because there is such a thing as invisible rocks in this game, because they're the coding for the collision detection is there, but the textures of the rocks are not. So therefore, they are invisible rocks, or at least an invisible obstacle. I've encountered them several times in the game, or at least in this version of the game. For the most part, obstacles have textures, they're generally fine and dandy, but for some reason or another, there has been once in a while a obstacle is oddly placed, such as a fence or a building is placed in the middle of a road. Or there's also a case scenario where, well, like I mentioned, where you could go through a building, there's like, the textures of the building is there, but the coding of the collision detection is not, which is weird, but yet the collision detection of rocks is there, but the textures of the rocks are not. I swear it's weird. And I swear I was gonna get frame skips. So if I got frame skips in the recording, I apologize. Are you gonna frame skip or not? I hate it when it does this. It did this in 4 out of 2 battle lines before, because it just simply like, oh well, I'm gonna try and trick you, I'm not gonna frame skip at all. It did this before. I mean, if you guys remember my 4 out of 2 battle lines let's play, it did that before, where it was gonna look like it was gonna frame skip, but in reality it didn't. Am I actually in the right way to get this livery? You know, I might actually be in the right way. No, I'm not in the right way. Still on the other side, which I still had to figure out how to get. Yeah, you just saw that, I hope. And you also just saw that. I didn't do exactly like that Jet did. That's the other thing. Occasionally you also see jets all across the map. And those jets just fly across the screen. The thing is that, well, that's like the first time I actually saw a jet get low enough that I would actually kind of see it. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to perform it. I'm gonna go way too fast. Therefore, gotta figure out a way around this. Let's try to go over here and not fall off. I have a feeling I'm gonna fall off if I... Okay, good. The fun of fuel. You gotta figure out ways all around the place. I mean, there's loads of different ways you could go around. I mean, if all I could care about, I could just simply quick travel, but I don't. Okay, I'm stuck at 36 miles per hour. And now I'm stuck at 34, never mind. Oh. I might actually get the... Oh, fudge. Just get rid of me. Are you serious? I was on the right side for the Vista Point, and then I fell down. Wonderful, just wonderful. I know there's easy ways out of this area. Like, there's always an easy way out, and then there's always, like, the most challenging way out. And every time I play this game, no matter what I do on the free ride, I always choose the challenging way out. And that's climbing my way out in the mountains. It's the most entertaining way because, quite frankly, trying to go out from the easy way is just not that interesting, needless to say. I mean, it's interesting just to explore around to see what you can find, but for the most part, in terms of what you actually may want to see, if I could actually succeed to climbing up this mountain or not, which I already know I will, because I used the nightmare. And my mouth is dry because of all the talking, and I hit a fuel can? I didn't even see the fuel can there. And fun fact, I think I went into a complete circle. Wow, I went into a complete circle. I wasn't even on the right side. So I went back up for nothing. Ugh. Really? I could have stayed down there. Get up. Hold on. Let me see. Come on. Might end up having to speed this up or cut it, so, yeah. Well, it is indeed possible to get down here by going backwards and just using the brakes and such, so, yeah. Good to know. Now, the difficult part. Getting up here. As far as I know, the only way to get up here is by doing this way. There's, like I said, there's usually easy ways to get over here, but the thing is, I don't like going through the easy ways for whatever reason. My mind is like, well, I don't like going easy ways because easy ways is way too easy. Therefore, I like to do things the hard way. Or at least that's what I think my mind likes to think, because, seriously, don't you think that's what my mind likes to think? Because, quite frankly, I do that all the time. Okay. Once we get to that livery, I think I'll be satisfied for the night. Yeah, I'll be satisfied for the night once we get that livery. Because we're on this side, and I'm not stopping until we get that livery, so, yeah. Because we already went into a complete circle, so why not? We stop near where we started, and that I think that's actually a pretty appropriate way to stop, so, yeah. So long as I don't fall down again. Stupid trees. Stupid zigzagging. Why do I zigzag? Stop zigzagging. I'm also intending to do another kind of another fuel video type of video, or something or another, but that will come up probably later, so yeah. Essentially, it's just going to be one gigantic trip of me simply going from one end of the map to the other, but this time, it's actually not going to, it's not basically going for an achievement or anything. This is just a self-challenge on myself, because I'm actually gonna explain the challenge because, hey, why not? Maybe some people will actually think it's a little bit interesting, because maybe not a lot of people realize it. So, once I get to this livery, I'll be able to explain it. Weave between trees, and we are nearing the end at nighttime. And boom. It is this vehicle, the Scorpion. Alright, so let's open up the map by using select. Let's just see the view for a moment. Ah, it's beautiful. Anyways, zoom out. Alright, so Red Rock Bluffs. If you're not familiar with the map, it's actually a pretty large canyon-based map. But one thing that you may have not noticed, there's actually a big corner area of the map that you can actually access. This area is actually very pointless to access to because all it contains is fuel cans. However, it's very large and, well, pretty much you can access pretty much anywhere in, of course, the out of bounds area. So you may be wondering, what point is that? Well, let's take a look at this. Again, a very big pointless area. Has some islands on there and a couple of fuel cans on the little islands for whatever reason. You can only access these areas through a hovercraft, which you can access near the end of the game. It's a Maverick, which you can access from, let me see, which map is it? This map. You can get the Maverick from this map. So yeah. And you may be wondering, well, why don't you go on the corners from this map to the other map? Well, the thing is that it, well, I actually probably could do that. It's just a little bit more interesting because this actually has sort of a area that you don't usually you're not usually allowed to access to because, well, it's technically not required to access there because there's nothing there. The same goes for Tsunami Reef, and that's my main goal. Sort of like, you know, the Tsunami Reef to Red Rock Bluffs achievement, only longer if you think about it, because you're going from this corner all the way to this corner. Not the, you know, this camp area to this camp area, which is actually a shorter distance, by the way. It doesn't seem shorter, but it is, because you're not going through this bit of the map. So yeah, I guess I could go for this one to this one, I guess, but it's not really something I would want to do. But like I said, I could do it. You know, something similar to that, so like go from here to here. I think it could be kind of fun, needless to say. So yeah, I'm actually thinking about doing something like that, mainly because, well, I kind of planned that for a long time. It's just that I never got around to it. The last time I tried doing it, I kind of gave up in the middle of it. I think I stopped somewhere in offshore shack. I think I stopped somewhere like around here. Yeah, I came really close last time, but I gave up because I was getting tired, so yeah. I was supposed to go all in one go without any helipads, that was the other thing. So, yeah. I don't think I actually realized that it would actually take longer. Don't know why. I'm actually dragging this outro quite long. So, I think I'll see you all next time whenever I do another video, whenever that will be. May it be a fuel video, may it be a gameplay video, may it be a Wi-Fi battle, may it be a showdown video, or anything else in general that I post on YouTube. Whatever it will be something, and I hope you enjoy my rambling, because my rambling is, well, rambling. I keep rambling. You know what, let's just turn off this recording and just turn off. I mean, you're probably left. This has been VG Maniac 456 signing out.